Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Story haijaisha. Niko JKUAT sasa. So I went to JKUAT. It's a public university, very renowned for agriculture and technology. So I went and I enrolled for a course called Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness Economics and Food Industry Management. So you can learn agriculture and how to process your food. So if you want to learn more about that, hit me up. Anyway, nowadays I do makeup. Sorry. In campus, there's so much exposure. So I started meeting people and talking to people, you know, all that shit, And I met someone who later on became so toxic to me. The very first time I ever decided that I am, becoming intimate, shit happened. Woo! Nilikuwa first year. If you guys remember, Facebook was the shit. And I was very popular on Facebook. Wait. So, this relationship was nice, but I was not really into the relationship. So when I told this bae of mine, vile nilimwambia, you know what, I think I'm tired of this. Where? Alijam. Do you know, alihack kwa account yangu ya Facebook? And the worst shit happened. Alianza kupost. So a friend of mine called me and ambia, hey Dennis, hizo ni unapost kwa Facebook account yako? Wow, hizo ni nini? Mimi trying to log into my Facebook account. Nothing is happening. Nothing is logging in. That post, nilienda kuiangalia in the morning, it had over 100 comments. And ilikuwa ile time Facebook was Facebook. So kupata over 100 comments, bro, that thing was literally like, hey, umekuwa celeb dunia nzima mse. I was so terrified. So, I get a call from this person mwenye nilisema sitaki kukuwa naye anymore. So akaniambia, hey Dennis, if you want the new password to your account, you need to come see me. Nikamwambia sawa, I'm coming to see you. And you know what I did? I went with company. My elder brother was the shit. So nikaenda nikachukua password yangu, and whatever happened, I don't know, I don't care. Mimi nilienda tu na nikaenda home. Hata sikuuliza what happened. In fact, I had no time because I was so frustrated, but I know justice was served on a fucking cold plate. Anyway, moving on swiftly. First year ikapita. Nikaingia sasa second year. Second year, I got into another serious relationship. But it was nice. It was nice while it lasted, I think. So we even moved in together. So second year was moving on smoothly until one fateful day. We were just chilling, actually, and we were actually smoking weed. Me, I found weed in campus, and nilisema katambe. So we were smoking weed like almost every day. I was feeling nice. It was nice. So this day I was smoking weed, chilling. Actually, we were cooking. So my sister calls me, and she sounded so. She was crying actually, my elder sister. Akaniambia, Karori kuja home. So like, in that voice, Karori kuja home. So nikauliza my sister, guy, nini ni mbaya? So my elder sister tunamwitanga mom. It's just like a nickname. So nini ni mbaya mom? Nini ni mbaya? Mbona unalia? Nini ni mbaya? So she's not telling me what's happening. So I'm shaking. I'm wondering what's happening. I'm telling this bae of mine that, hey, my sister is crying and I don't understand why she's crying. So akaniambia, hey, my sister told me I need to go home ASAP. No, ilikuwa saa moja za usiku. By the way, it was 7 p.m. at night. And I remember it was on a Monday. Kwanza ilikuwa Monday ya October 20th. Iyo weekend, my mama alikuwa amenicall akaniambia, we, nikedoroka mushie. So that's the girl. We, mbona ukuji home and kuna holiday na kuna holiday, so you will need you don't have a class on Monday, so you just come home and we chill. Me I just told mom, mom, sikuja home. And I didn't go home. So on my way home, my sister breaks the news because nikiwa kwa matatu nikienda home, I call her again. Nikamwambia, mom, so niambie nini mbaya kwa sababu, so she's there breaking down. Akaniambia kola mama amepass. Okay, so they call me call at home. Akaniambia kola mama amepass, mami amepass. I was like, you can never know the impact of death unless it hits you. Trust me. like it didn't cross me that my mom could ever pass away. So when she said that, I was like, not really. So I remember I had given that conductor 1K. Do you know niliacha hiyo change hapo? Because I don't know, I just became crazy. Like, I didn't get as in how. So me I just told my sisters, you just come pick me here at bypass, nimeshindwa kuenda. So they came and picked me. And I remember my sister was sitting at the back seat with my 2 aunts. And we just started breaking down, as in tulianza tu kulia na kuhagiana, and it was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. Because I remember tulienda home, and when we got home, there was so many people at home. You guys, I don't want to get so vulnerable, but I remember there were so many people at home, and we were called to the bedroom, and my dad was there. So akaanza kusema, you guys remember mom had traveled to go for produce, and I was like, fuck. Okay, higher. I was just chill. I was calm, and I remember my dad continued akisema, so when your mom was there, she got knocked down by the lorry that ilikuanga na yeye, and she succumbed to death. Yes, my mom died on the 20th of October 2014. I was in second year, and I remember as in life was happening for me, but that was a big blow. It was a big blow for me, and to be honest, my mom was like my best friend. She was everything to me. I remember the last call that my mom and I had was her asking me to go home, and I didn't go home. So that thing really ate me up. I did not go back to school. I was just, because I was doing my exams at the same time. I was doing my second year to going to third year final exams. And I remember I was not even going to school. To make the matters worse, I was living with Bay. Bay thought that I'm being distant, that I'm not giving our relationship time, that I'm just spending time at home. And I was like, why don't you just come home and just spend time with me here? You know, this is what's happening at home. So you could get to home to chill, basi home. I went to school to do my exams. And first thing I'm opening up my house is, it's empty. Bay left. I was left alone. Mourning my mom, alone. I had exams to do. So this was all new. I was crying every single time. The very first exam I sat to do after my mom passed away, and it was immediately after I found my house empty. And to top it up, this house, everything was broken because I had like utensils my mom had given me. Zilikuwa zimevunjwa because of some inconsiderate whore. Okay, sorry. But anyway, I remember nikifanya hii exam, I was like, tears were literally coming down my face so much. My paper was wet. So I had a chick friend, she was called Kare, and she was nearly God sent because she did her exam very quick. She exchanged my paper with hers, and she did my exam as well. Imagine how God does things for you, because I could not write. Nilikuwa exam ya food processing. Me, I love food. So I knew I had these things figured out. Like, nilikuwa nasoma hizo maswali and I knew all of them, but I could not even find the strength to write. My hands were still shaking. And remember, this is like 1 week later. And little by little, I was getting used to it. I honestly was getting used to it, but it's because I had a very, very, very strong support system. Family and friends, everyone was amazing. And I remember my classmates also came for my mom's burial. I also have like really dope pictures, but that was the lowest. It was rock bottom. It was literally the worst point ever in my life. And it hit me that I am growing up and I needed myself. So I remember at this specific time, I had like suicidal thoughts kwa sababu everything, I think everything I was doing it for my parents, because after this agriculture course, it was like originally my parents' idea. So all that was my intention in life was to appease my parents. And now that my mom was not there anymore, I just knew that things were over for me. And I was ready to go with my mom, like, because my mom was literally doing everything. She was the one paying my rent. I remember she was the one paying my rent. She was the one who was also sending me money for food. My dad was the one paying the school fees, I remember. And I was doing a parallel course. So like school fees was also like really crazy. Me not having my mom anymore made me feel like my life was over. And honestly, it was kind of over because I suffered a lot. I suffered so much, especially coming to terms that my mom is no longer there for me. And she was the one who really, really knew who I was. She was the one who, like, I could tell anything, honestly. Like, my mama could tell her anything. And she could not even look at me with, those eyes. Anyway, things became rough. Because my dad was also grieving. And he was not, he couldn't do the most. And I remember hata nilikuwa nafungiwa nyumba. Things became rough. Like I could creep up first floor kwa hiyo building so I could just enter, because kama hujalipa rent, keys zilikuwa zinachukuliwa from you. And this time I was only in my third year now. And going home was honestly an extreme sport kwa sababu it was so silent. My siblings are so sad. So the sadness was worse at home. So I couldn't even move back at home. So me I was ready to struggle. I had to, try and look for means for me to get some money. Sometimes I was not doing like some really nice things. I remember I could lie to people that maybe I'm in the hospital, or maybe nimeshikwa na polisi, so that I could just get some money. So that's when I joined modeling. And the person who made me join modeling is the same person who also introduced me to makeup artistry. She's called Sarah Shikomwangi. She hooked me up with like auditions, and she was also an aspiring model. And I started doing gigs, modeling gigs. And I remember one of them my dad attended. And at that time I had started, forgetting, because I got busy, and good thing the distraction came. The grieving was accompanied by distraction, so it was not so bad after all. So nikifanya hapo gigs za modeling, makeup was done with me that day and pictures were taken, and I was looking so bomb. I was like, hey. I felt so alive, honestly, and I was so happy. That was the first picture of me in makeup, and I didn't mind it at all. It was nice, but the makeup artist didn't contour my face. I remember very well. So I looked chubbier. The gigs were amazing, and I was helping my fellow models to touch up their makeup, because I could notice something, or even they come to me and wananiuliza, hey Dennis, do you think my face looks okay? Namwambia, yeah, your face looks fine, but come I show you something. So naenda narekebisha kitu, and it will turn out better. So this same Shiko, she was also doing really good makeup on herself. So I remember this time a South African designer, she was called Terry Watoa, and she had come to showcase her designs in Kenya. And there was a specific show along Gong Road at the Brew Bistro. It was called Fashion Fridays. So I remember Shikomwas got a gig. So Shiko was like, Aki Dennis, I've never done this. Let's go with you because at least you help us with a few things here and there. Let's go with you and we will, we'll do it. Iyo day tukienda your show because it was last minute, Friday jioni. I was on phone, YouTube, researching. Shit, this is what I need to do after this, after this. So it was crazy, honestly, but I didn't have second thoughts. I was ready. So I remember when I figured there, kulikuwa na the top models. Like some of the pictures I took that day, I did makeup on Olivia Sang, and she is now, I don't know, she's been to the whole world right now. And imagine, we were not doing the kawaida makeup. We were doing the traditional kind of makeup. So we had to do like dots, and tulikuwa tumenunua products zetu do boys. And I remember I was not even applying foundation. In my head, I knew foundation was too much. It was like, it made you look unreal. So all I did was conceal any blemish, nachora eyebrows, obviously sijui vile zilikuwa zinatokea, but they were pretty much nice. And we nailed it. And do you know what? We were paid so well. Like, that was the first pay that I got. Ata modeling haijai nilipa hivo. So from that gig alone, ujue tulikuwa Sarah and myself, 6 girls, tuko tunalipwa 30,000. So Sarah alipwa 15k na me 15k. And runways wanalipwa how much? Hata sijui, because tulikuwa for training, after training kunapwa 500. Imagine. Then after the main runway, we were being given, I think, 4,000. When I got 15k, and we didn't even spend like even 1 hour, a few minutes, mimi niko na 15k yangu kwa mfuko. Nilisema, yes, Lord, thank you, have come through. So this show was coming every Friday. So every Friday, I knew I have my 15 Gs on lock. And 15 Gs na niko campus, and it is every week. And like, I was broke. That money was really motivating me. And on top of that money, I was really enjoying doing this. I was enjoying doing this makeup because it was just giving me so much satisfaction. Oh yes. So I was helping out with some of the expenses at home from what I was getting. And that really made my sisters have a lot of, confidence in me and in what I was doing. But they really didn't understand that I am doing makeup. What is makeup? So I remember when I was going home with these things, my dad was always bashing me and he said, hey, unakuja na vitu za wanawake huko, kwani unafanya hizi vitu za wanawake siku hizi? Niko tunaambia tu like, Dad, this is what is giving me money now. So if you're not giving me money, so let me just earn this, secure this bag. And also my dad got very religious. After my mom passed, my dad got super religious. Alikuwa hata pastor ni kidogo. My dad was more than a pastor. So makeup was unholy. But when I came with shopping, ilikuwa inawafunga macho kidogo. So that ndio ni come to decide that I'm going to do makeup, something was happening between me and Shiko. Shiko, I know you're watching this, Shiko. Mina go out. I could be called for gigs. Zangu, like someone could call me for a gig, but Shiko ako na products. So singeenda kukulaido peke yangu because even if it's one client, nimeenda kufanya makeup and I get products from Shiko. Shiko was the one who was going. And we could go with her, of course, but she was like my boss, yeah? So I was like, hey, I think it's time for me to buy my own shit. So I went to the boys and I bought products. And when I started doing it on my own and I realized people are actually buying this shit, I went and told my dad, mimi nimeamua nafanya makeup. But sasa, sikumwambia ati nimeamua nafanya makeup. I bought a professional makeup bag. And when I went with it at home, he asked me, now is this what you've decided to do? How utamaliza shule? As in, you will not concentrate on your studies, you will start doing this. Nikamwambia, no, I'm just doing this for the pocket money and the rent. You struggle with the fees, let me do the rent and the pocket money and maybe topping up with a few things. Now this is what is helping me get that. So he understood where I was coming from. And after campus, I broke the news to them because I'm a very honest person. I was like, mi sitakuwa nafanya hii makeup chini ya maji. And I wasn't even applying makeup on myself yet. Just yet. Because something happened for me to start now doing makeup on myself. Niliamua kabaya, kama ni mbaya ni mbaya. I do not give a fuck. I'm going to do this full time, 100% with all of me. Juu nilikuwa naenda attachment za agriculture and they were so boring. Kulikuwa tu na wazee huko and it was so boring, honestly. And me, I liked the entertainment vibe, you know, the modeling vibe, music, you know, modeling, fashion. That was literally my world, honestly. I was so feeling at home there. So far, nimewambia like my story from Kayole, from way back in Kayole. You saw me through my, you know, my Raima, my kindergarten. Nikaendelea hivyo, nikafika primary, tukahamia Komarok, nikaenda high school. High school happened. I came to campus, also campus fucking happened. It's about to get interesting. So watch out for the next episode. Things are about to slap you real well. Bye.